You've probably seen the videos, right? The ones all over social media promising thousands of dollars in passive income almost overnight using AI to run a dropshipping business. Where you sell stuff online without ever touching the inventory. It sounds like a dream, but how real is it? Well, we're going to break down a pretty cool experiment that put that whole idea to the test.
Hundreds of dollars a day. Yeah, that's the promise. The dream is to have an AI basically run a business for you, bringing in some serious cash from literally anywhere. But hey, talk's cheap.
And that's the big question, isn't it? Can a regular person actually do this with almost no time and no money? To find out, one YouTuber decided to see if the hype was real.
So, creator Mark Tilbury set up this really ambitious experiment. He wanted to know if he could build a profitable dropshipping store completely from scratch using AI. But to make it a real test, he gave himself some seriously tough rules.
And when I say tough, I mean it. The budget was just $1 single. That's it. So we had to rely on free AI tools, and the entire setup, from coming up with the idea to having a store ready to launch, had to be done in less than an hour, all on one laptop. This was basically a high-speed sprint to see what's actually possible.
All right, so the 1 hour clock starts ticking. First job on the list? Build the actual online store. Speed was everything here.
The secret weapon for this part was a free AI tool called Build Your Store. Its whole purpose is to do the heavy lifting for you. It creates the basic bones of an online store so you're not just staring at a blank screen.
Now, this is where the strategy really kicks in. The AI suggested a few different niches, and he picked sports and fitness. Why? Because it's a huge, passionate market. He also made a really smart move with the store's main banner, choosing one that wasn't specifically for men or women, so he could appeal to the biggest audience possible. Okay, so the store's framework is up. The next huge challenge is, what do you actually sell? This is where a lot of people get stuck. But the plan here was simple. Let the AI figure it out. So he used another tool called AutoDS. And this thing is designed to scan the market for products that are already trending, so-called winning products. Then it pretty much automates everything else, from pricing to actually getting the order shipped to customers.
Okay, so remember that super strict $1 budget for the whole setup?
Well, this is where it got spent. A 30-day trial for that product finding tool, AutoDS, cost exactly 99 cents.
Which left him with just a single penny. I mean, he stuck to the rule perfectly. There was zero room for error.
So what did the AI actually find? It filled the store with trending stuff in that fitness niche. Things like a breathing trainer for cardio, some clips to hold your golf clubs, resistance bands, and even a beanie for running in the cold. A pretty solid and relevant product list.
So you've got a great store and cool products, but that means nothing if you don't have customers. The next part was all about marketing, and the strategy here was really smart, especially since there was no money left. Instead of trying to pay for huge, expensive influencers, what we call macro-influencers, the idea was to focus on micro-influencers. These are creators with a smaller audience, but that audience is often way more dedicated and engaged because they're focused on a very specific topic. And this chart really shows you why that's such a great idea. The data shows that micro-influencers can get up to 60% higher engagement than the big guys. For a brand new store, having that super involved audience is way more valuable than just a massive number of followers who don't really care.
So, for a $50 fee, he hired the Grace Brothers, who are a fitness duo with about 14,500 followers on Instagram. Their job was to create a quick, simple story video to promote just one of the products, that breathing exercise trainer.
Okay, the store was built, the products were picked, the marketing campaign went live. After 7 days, there was only one question left to answer. Did it actually make any money?
The results are in. That one influencer promotion led to 10 sales of the breathing trainer, which brought in a total revenue of $170.80. Not a bad start at all, but that's not the whole picture.
Now let's break down where the money went. You've got the cost of the products themselves, which was about $39.50. Then there was the $50 fee for the influencers and a $1 Shopify fee. All in, the total expenses came to $90.50. So when you take that revenue and subtract the costs, you get the number that really matters. The final net profit for this one-week experiment was $80.35. Look, it's not a fortune, but it's a real profit from a store that was built in under an hour for just $1.
And the conclusion from this whole thing was pretty optimistic. $80 might not change your life, but the thinking was if this model worked for one product, what if you scaled it up? If you promoted 20 products instead of just one, you could potentially be looking at something much, much bigger.
This experiment is such a fascinating look at what might be possible. Now, it wasn't thousands of dollars overnight, but it was a profitable business, started from zero with almost no money. It really leaves us with a big question. Are we stepping into a new era where AI genuinely makes it possible for almost anyone to start a successful side hustle?